everyone. I'm Brooke on behalf of Interior Motions, and today I will be speaking to Gail Golden, the author of the best-selling book, Curating Your Life, Ending the Struggle for Work-Life Balance. Hi, Gail. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, I'm really looking forward to our conversation today.
So your book is all about prioritizing your life to maximize productivity and joy. Why do you think it's so important for people to prioritize the activities in their life?
Well, I'll tell you, the book came out of the work that I have done over my career. First, as a clinical psychologist doing therapy with clients with, really struggling with difficult problems. And then I switched over into executive coaching and consulting, where I'm now working with very high-powered business executives whose lives are in pretty good shape for the most part. They've got all kinds of resources and supports. So two very different populations. But the thing that began to get clearer and clearer to me was there was one problem that I kept hearing about, both with my clinical clients and with my coaching clients. And the problem was feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, inadequate, and as if I'm not living up to people's expectations almost all the time. And it just seemed to me as I thought about it, that many of us were not doing a very good job of directing our energy toward the things that are most important. The other side of that being, don't direct your energy to the things that really aren't all that important. And that's another way of saying prioritizing, right? Mm-hmm. And it struck me that if we could get better at that, we'd get more of the important stuff done. And we might be able to feel, at least once in a while, like I'm on top of this. I'm doing it. I'm living the life that I want to lead, that I'm meant to lead, that brings me joy, that makes the people around me happy. How great it would be to live like that. Mm-hmm. And that's what the book is about.
Mm-hmm. So how can people determine which activities are the most important?
Well, that's the tricky part. And I guess I would say right off the bat, the idea that is presenting in the book, this notion of thinking about your life as if it's a museum exhibit and what should be in the exhibit and what shouldn't be in it. It's a really simple idea. To do it in real life is really tricky, especially I think when people are younger and they're just starting out, figuring out what really matters to me. Where do I really want my life to go? Where do I want to put my energy? It's harder. Or when we hit one of those crises, as I did. I had been a therapist for many years when I began to realize I was really stale and bored. I don't want to live the rest of my life stale and bored, and I certainly don't want to be a stale and bored therapist for my clients.
Right.
I have to figure out something else.
Mm-hmm.
So those are times, I think, where it becomes more complicated. Part of it, I think, is being in touch with my values, figuring out what do I value? What to me is what our lives supposed to be about in general, and what does that mean for me? So that's a piece of it, and there are tools that help us to figure that out. Sometimes it's about thinking about what is my passion. What at the end of the day, when I think, what a great day. What happened that day? What did I do that day? And how could I get more of that into my life is another way of looking at it. Part of it is being self-aware, like, what am I really good at? Now, sometimes I may be really good at something which really doesn't turn me on. So I'm going to have to kind of navigate that. But getting a sense of where are my talents? What am I good at? Is another piece of that puzzle. And when those things come together, my values, my passions, my talents and abilities, and frankly, my opportunities, right? There are things that I might be great at that I'm never going to have an opportunity to do that because of who I am, where I live, how old I am. If I decide I want to be a ballerina now, I can dance, I can have fun dancing, but I'm not going to be a ballerina for the Joffrey Ballet anytime soon. It's not going to happen. So those are the four, I think: values, passions, talents, and opportunities that help you to see what's really important and what you should be focusing your energy on.
Mm-hmm. So what happens when those passions and values conflict with your work schedule?
That's a very interesting question, and I've seen people solve it in a number of ways. I know plenty of people who have a day job that doesn't particularly thrill them. They do it generally because they need the money or the stability in their lives. They don't hate it, but then after work, they go and do the thing that really matters. They're involved in community theater. They play some amateur sport at a high level, or music, or they read the books that they love, or they're out in the community helping tutor children or whatever. The thing that really matters to them, they do it outside of work. And for some people, that works just fine. They can do the thing they love without worrying about money because they're earning their money doing the thing they don't particularly love.
Mm-hmm.
For other people, I think that just doesn't work for them. They need for the thing that they're doing 8, 10, 12 hours a day, however many hours we're working, be at least that it's one of the things that really matters to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think, you have to give that some serious thought. First of all, what is it about work? For example, I remember one day when I was going home from work and I thought, I love my job. And I thought, Gail, what is it that makes you say that? What happens in a day that makes you say that you love your job? And I was very quickly able to identify the 3 key things for me. If one of those things has happened, it's been a great day. Well, that's useful because then I might look at the job I'm in and say, how could I get more of that? Or I need to start looking for another job. And if so, what kind of job should it be? And how can I build on what I've already got? So those are, I think, some of the ways in which people deal with that disconnect.
Those are great insights, Gail. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.